members, and welcome to the platform. My name is Halima Sangu, the Community Engagement Manager for the platform. And today we have a special guest who's going to shed more light on the creation of the platform and how it's of benefit to you as a member. So welcome.
My name is Degan Ali. I'm the Executive Director of Odessa based in Nairobi, Kenya. Odessa's achievements have been many. We pioneered cash transfers in 2003 and allowed the first large-scale cash transfer program in East Africa to take place in Somalia. We also founded the first Global South civil society organization called NEAR. And now we're innovating. We continue to innovate by establishing platforms that can support or address the barriers that currently exist between Global South organizations being visible and potential funders in the Global North. So we're always trying to innovate and disrupt the sector and find ways of addressing real barriers that exist for getting access to new kinds of funding for Global South organizations. The platform was created to allow local organizations, Global South civil society organizations, to be made visible to the world. Currently, if you're sitting somewhere and you want to donate as diaspora to the response in Haiti or to support a Kenyan organization working on health issues or girl-child education, it's very difficult to find them. And that includes diaspora, but it also includes foundations and bilateral donors. So the platform is meant to be allowing you to upload your profile, information about who you are, where you work, who your partners are, to give some kind of credibility to that organization and potentially make connections and hopefully lasting partnerships between those in the South and their allies and partners in the North. So as I've said, there are several barriers. One is visibility. So if you're sitting in the Global North, if you're sitting in London, if you're sitting in Washington, or if you're diaspora sitting in New York City, and you want to support organizations back home in your countries in the South, or your foundation in some of these capitals, or you're a bilateral like USAID or DFID, and you want to support Global South partners, you have no visibility on them because there are layers of intermediation that takes place. There are a bunch of gatekeepers in the form of INGOs and UN that make sure that these Global South organizations are not made visible to the North. So the idea is first visibility by uploading your profile, making the world know who you are, that you exist and what you do and how you can partner with them. And the second is from that visibility, now you make a connection, develop a relationship, you can contact that organization and hopefully develop a lasting partnership and opportunities, maybe even for funding. And third barrier that exists is this idea of credibility. We don't know who's out there. We don't know how credible they are. We don't know what their track record is. And when you upload your profile, you'll include information such as who you've partnered with, how long you've existed, that you're registered in that country, who your board members are, your audit information, any audited statements, all of that information with restricted, some of it with restricted access will be available for people who are potentially interested in supporting your work to view. So that gives also credibility. Then people know that you've already been partnering with the UN or Oxfam or Save the Children or Ford Foundation for many years. So therefore you have some credibility instead of an organization that was just established yesterday. So again, visibility, connection, and credibility. Those are the three areas that we're trying to address in this platform. My hope is that we finally break these barriers that exist between local organizations with allies in the Global North, that we finally start developing meaningful relationships without intermediation and gatekeeping that currently exists, And secondly, I hope that it will allow for more diversification of funding for these organizations so that they're not dependent on the INGOs and the UN for funding, that they can actually seek resources and be found by foundations in the North and be found by high net worth individuals and philanthropists in the North or even in the South, that they can be located and people can see that they're credible, legitimate organizations to partner up with all over the South.